because, and again, no spoilers whatsoever. But I want to bring up the hot topic right now. This is Ahsoka, right? So Ahsoka dropped, I think it was Tuesday, right? Tuesday night.
Tuesday prime time, baby.
Yeah, Tuesday prime time. They moved it up, Kiko. They were like, you know what? We're confident in this thing. We're not going to drop it at midnight or 3 a.m. or whatever like they used to. We're going to drop it prime time, baby. So Ahsoka has dropped. Of course, we got Sabine. We got some other characters. These were in the trailer, so no spoilers whatsoever. But I watched the first 2 episodes. I meant to record a reel about it. I think I'm still going to. Maybe I'll record it tonight. Kiko, we don't have to talk about the show too much, maybe just in passing, but I was like okay with it. I was like, I think it was good. I mean, it wasn't super thrilling to me or whatever, but I'm just wondering, Kiko, are there any figures in this line that are going to be worth collecting to you? What do you think? How do you think this is going to shake out for collectors?
This is the biggest complaint that some people are saying is that we'll keep the spoilers out. It's only been 3 or 4 days. I know some people wait until the weekend to watch it. Fine. I'll respect that. Right. But the biggest issue a lot of people are having is they're saying you shouldn't have to watch supplemental content to enjoy stuff. And I've said that before too. You know, you shouldn't have to watch 58,000 shows to understand where you're at in the movie or another show. And a lot of people are like, okay, this is great. Who are these people? I've never seen Rebels. I'm not watching cartoons, blah, 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 blah. I get that. So there's a little bit of pushback because the first episode literally was kind of an epilogue and saying, hey, here's how we got to where we are. Because I think it's in the trailers. No, everyone knows that. I mean, the scene right there that it's showing where Sabine and Ahsoka, that's the last scene in Rebels. So they send the first episode getting you to that moment. And you're like, oh, so that's what's happened to lead up to this. And as a fan of Rebels and these characters, the diehards, if you want to call it that, love all this shit. They think it's incredible. It's groundbreaking. I'm not going to go that far yet. I'm the hardest when it comes to Star Wars. Like everyone always says, no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. That's me. I mean, it comes down to that, is that it is such a revered franchise and IP that I wanted it treated respectfully. I did an entire thread about this show on Threads. I know that sounds silly.
On Threads?
It actually, believe it or not, I tried to copy it over from Twitter and X and put it on Threads and it crashed and I couldn't upload Threads. So go figure. But no, I did like a tweet thread or an X thread, whatever you want to call that, and explaining why I was hopeful for this and that if this ends up tanking, I'm done at this point because I will go back to the Lucas 6 original films, even do away at The Mandalorian and Rogue One and Andor because I'm like, sorry, you messed it up. But I say all that to say, this is for the diehards because you know all these characters from previous things. So if you're coming into episode 1, you're like, who are these people and things like that? Because I'm sitting there all, doing the Leo meme, I'm talking about that was me the entire time. Okay. So there was a lot of things like even seeing like the space whales in the clouds. I know that's not a spoiler. Those are in the trailers. I'm like, oh, that type of thing. That was exciting to me. So let's answer the question. Now that we did all the backstory and got all that out of the way, will there be things from this line worth collecting? I think yes, because undoubtedly there are some really, really cool characters that they've already established in the Ghost Crew and things like that. People that are out there just looking for really cool shelf presence. All of Dave Filoni's creatures and characters have a shelf presence. I mean, you look at the colors that are on Sabine. You look at Hera, who's all green. You look at Ahsoka, who's all orange. You look at Zeb, who's all purple. All those things will pop on a shelf 100%. And with the Rebels backstory, and this is one thing I said, is that because Dave Filoni is so much of a narcissist, I would think that there is no way he would allow his characters to be embarrassed in a show like this. Mm-hmm. All that to say, yes, the Mandalorian shit the bed and have no idea what happened in season 3. That's all, folks. We talked about that. I don't think Dave would let that happen to his characters. He's been extremely protective of Ahsoka ever since he created her. People give him a weird rap saying he's got some weird fetish for this orange girl. Who knows? I don't know. But I think the line will be successful because I think the show will be successful. I think by the time it gets going, because when the big blue bitch gets in there, Thrawn, that's what everybody wants because he has been around longer than any of these characters as a legacy character from Heir to the Empire. That is what's going to bring the diehards back. And if they do that and nail that right, 100%, people will be like, oh man, Star Wars is back. But if not, it's going to crash and burn.
Well, because think of it like this, Kiko. You know, everyone for the longest time said they wanted Kang until Ant-Man sucked ass.
Yep.
And then at that point, everyone was like, well, I don't give a fuck about Kang, right? But they all wanted a Kang figure. So
Yeah,
what if this show
if
sucks?
they neuter Thrawn, it is over.
Right. If this show sucks, and even though Thrawn's good, like say it's Lars Mikkelsen, right? Say
Right.
Lars Mikkelsen's really good in the role, but it's just like the show ends up not really being that great. People would be like, like that's what's going to happen. Like, you know, he's been built up this whole time, Thrawn. But if he just does, if the show doesn't stick the landing, then people are going to bail.
I mean, that's 100% great reference to Kang, because everyone's like, oh, Kang, the Conqueror, I'm so scared. And then he gets taken out by ants. Spoiler. And we're like, oh man, this is it. And yeah, I mean, because if that happens, yeah, I can see that being a huge problem. But I will say, I am all in on the character and the figures of the dynamic duo of Balin and Shin. They are the best part of the show so far. I think they are awesome. There's mysteriousness about them. There is intrigue. And for some reason, why is Shin Elizabeth Olsen with a lightsaber at this point? Because that's the way I view her. So yeah, I'm all in on the Shin train.
Yeah, she was pretty dope. I will say, Nat, before I let you jump in, like the one thing, Kiko, I did kind of feel, I've not watched Rebels at all, and I feel like maybe the show kind of, they did say, to be clear, they did say that it was a sequel to Rebels, basically. So they have been very clear about that. So, but really jumping into the show, it was kind of like, I feel like I'm a little bit behind.
That's why they did 2 episodes.
You know what I mean?
They did like the first episode, like, hey, here's Rebels sequel, here's all these characters, and then I really enjoyed the second episode because it was faster paced, it was a little bit shorter, and now the story's going, and I'm fine with that. I think people will really, I mean, you got 6 more episodes to really nail this thing. I think they're going to do a good job.
I'm excited to see where it goes. But Natalie, did you watch the episodes? What do you think about the Ahsoka line for collectors?
I did watch them. I haven't seen Rebels, but it made me want to watch the Rebels. So I've watched pretty much everything up until, I haven't watched Andor, and I haven't watched Rebels or the anime series that they did. But I've watched Clone Wars. I'm at the last season of that. I've watched Bad Batch, which is their best, in my opinion. I know not a lot of people, I think it's their best.
No, I'm with you on that. I've said that.
You know what, I'm going to say it right now. The second that Wrecker, he's my favorite guy. I love him so much. I have him on pre-order. I've had him on pre-order. The second he comes in, I'm going to be back on this show. All right. I don't care if I come back never again. That will be the day that I'm here. I'm going to be
He's
here.
Back.
Because I absolutely love that show. But I've watched all of that, and I didn't watch Rebels because it looked a little cartoony. Watching this, I think there's going to be a lot of people that really are going to collect whatever comes from this because they are so tied to that Rebels. I'm sure there's a lot of fans of it, just like the Clone Wars. We have a whole line of Clone Wars that they've made into real life action. This is going to be a very, they're going to be able to take those Clone Wars animation and now Rebels animation, but make it that art style, that real life figure display. As far as Ahsoka, I don't think they're going to remake her. If they do, it would have to be maybe a last episode Ahsoka, if she changes a costume. Like, I don't think she's changing anything. She's dressed the same. She's wearing what I like to call, actually, maybe I shouldn't say it. It's inappropriate.
Go for it. We love being inappropriate here.
Let's just say every month, about once a month, a woman likes to wear very comfortable shirts and very comfortable clothes. So she's wearing that kind of outfit. And I'm like, hey, that's a really comfortable outfit.
That's great that you give us this perspective.
Yeah, we need
there's a lot of people that don't know that.
Right. So those monthly clothes, I feel like that's all she's wearing right now. But I think the rest of the show was decent. I never saw the Rebels, but it made me want to watch it. So just like Kiko said, I'm really digging the color. I love the green and the orange and all of the different things. So Sabine, that's the one. And I'm not familiar with all the characters, but Sabine is the Mandalorian, right?
Yep. Pretty sure that's her, right, Kiko? I'm pretty confident.
Yes, the one that puts the helmet.
Yeah, the one with the pink, purple hair or whatever. Yeah.
The one sitting to the right in this photo.
Yeah.
I think they'll end up making her if like a full head sculpt and all. I think they'll end up doing that because they've already teased the actual Mando suit that she had. So I think they'll end up making her, and I think she'll continue on to other seasons. So I think she'll probably be a primary character, almost like how they did with Mando and oh my goodness, what's her name? I always blank out on these. Anyway, Bo-Katan, thank you so much. Yeah, so almost like they did with that. But then as far as the other characters, I don't know that they're really going to do anything unless it becomes a widely popular show. I think that'll probably be the end of the line.
Yeah, yeah. And I think so. I mean, look, it depends on pop. They didn't do, Natalie, they didn't do shit from Andor. And Andor, I mean, it was a great show, but it wasn't widely popular. It wasn't like, it was like, I think the lowest watched show they've had. And,
Which is
but
an absolute shame.
right, it was, but which is a great show. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed it. I thought it's probably, I mean, honestly, I like Mando season 1 and 2 probably the best overall, but Andor is right there, bro. Like Andor is a
Really?
really good show.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So I watched
See?
Rogue One, and I thought Rogue One, I felt that was like the saddest Star Wars movie. I felt so
Yeah.
I walked away from that like, wait a minute. So every character that I just got attached to all just died. Like this whole movie was a suicide mission. This was
Yep.
Armageddon on a Star Wars level. I turned the TV off. I was like, I think I need a drink.
And Andor is pretty fucking dark as well.
Andor is
Oh,
probably
wonderful.
darker, I think.
I mean, it's
Really?
got couples with marriage issues that are falling out. It's got obviously
Torture scenes.
very graphic torture scenes, but some of the dialogue is some incredible. Like that moment when Skarsgård is, having that speech about what have you sacrificed.
Dude.
That is one of the coolest lines in all of Star Wars.
That might be the best monologue in Star Wars.
It's
I mean, it's
incredible.
really good. He's like, "Don't tell me what I've sacrificed." Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Yeah, like
I wake up to where I see a sun every single morning that I'll never see.
Yeah,
What have I
exactly.
sacrificed? Everything.
Yeah, exactly. The show is really like, it's kind of an overused term, but boots on the ground, very gritty. Like it is, that's what it is. Like it's meant to be like you're not following Luke Skywalker. You're following just a regular sort of dude that, can do some things here and there. He's kind of like almost like a Han Solo type. That's really kind of what they're going for. Like sort of a rugged type of hero with some baggage. That's really a reluctant hero, I guess you could call him. So, but it's great. It's great. As far as Ahsoka though, I'm excited to see where it goes, but I can't say I was like overly thrilled with it. I was watching it and I was like, it's pretty, it's okay. Like I enjoyed it, but
I have
wasn't
high
feeling
hope
crazy.
for it. Yeah, I have high hopes for it. I feel like this is going to be one of those shows that's like the slow burn, and then it's just going to nail it at the end, and everyone is going to love it, and then she's going to go sold out in all of the different places, and then
Maybe.
and then everyone's going to kick themselves.
It's funny, Natalie, though. I think I might disagree. I think they're going to make another Ahsoka. I think they're going to fix the arm issue. I think they're going to fix that.
They would have to have some sort of different. It'd be one thing to 2.0 it, but to 2.0 it while it's still in stock.
Right.
I feel
think
like
Hot Toys isn't gonna fuck. They're gonna be like, they're like, remember what they did with what was Chrome Mando versus the regular Mando, but they were just like, here you go, bitches, like take this Chrome Mando. And I think they're gonna make a season 3 Din Djarin too. I think it's just a matter of time. Maybe it'll be die cast or something. I don't know.
No,
like they might
no
do
way.
They might.
I mean, you're right. They might, but I really doubt it. I think that first of all, there's still 2 of them sitting out there.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know that they will. Plus, it didn't do very well at all, and there wasn't enough of a difference to warrant them to reissue. I don't think anything changed on him.
Yeah, not much.
When did he get his ensign? Was that in season 2 or 3?
I think it was season 2. Yeah, right.
Okay, so
yeah,
I don't
season
even know if
2.
anything
But I mean,
changed
but
on
it's
him.
just a matter too of like. Sometimes it doesn't even need to be a drastic change. Hot Toys like, you're getting another fucking figure. Like that's, and they might have a contractual obligation. They might have a contractual obligation with Disney and be like, you have to produce something from the new season. So, they've done some IG-12 and whatever, but to make.
Well, I don't want to go too far because I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about something else, and so I was saving. Get out of my topic, Will. Move on.
Saving your ammunition. Yeah, but guys, thank you so much. Let us know your thoughts on Ahsoka. Of course, no spoilers. We're not dropping any spoilers here tonight. So thanks so much for that one. That said, let's address something else here.